So we just got home and doing old style cutting some sugar cane. อันนี้อะไร อันนี้ว่าอะไร
หน่อไม้
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 sugar cane
หน่อไม้อันนั้น
หน่อไม้
เฮ็ดต้มกินแกงต้ม
So this is Jenny's grandmother. Came from Nong Khai to visit old style. She brought some farm chickens too. They're doing old style. Look at that, like 70 some years old, both of them, and they can sit like that. My mom could barely sit down on a chair. But this just got so much flexibility in their legs and their hips. That's what I want to try and improve on when I have more time when we come back. But looks like a rainy day. But yeah, they get right to work. No rest. We've all been up since very early and just no rest. Nobody rests. As soon as they come here, they find a way to work. Da always finds a way for anybody who comes to visit her family, they just start working. Really amazing work ethic. You don't see that too often. I just want to rest and sit down. They're just working. I'm gonna do a tour, chronicle a tour of the house as a separate video. But here's my old lady, Dami. This is Dami. I got her, rescued her 14 years ago when she was hit by a truck. No, actually it's 2025. So about 12 years ago, rescued her. So that was 12 years ago I got her. Okay. Thank you. And she's about 16 years old. Still, I mean, she's had cancer. She has broken bones and skin problem and all kinds of problems. And she's still kicking. She's about 15, 16 years old. She gets stinky very fast. And I think it's just the style of dog she is. I think she's a Razorback dog that are local. They always groom her before we come, but you can see the razor, the hair sticks up on the back, and that's actually an Asian style. That's unique to Asia, I think, from what I saw the last time I looked into it. But when her hair grows out, you can see the hair here sticking up. It's not very symmetrical, but she's got to be a mutt though. You can see her limp from her broken bones. I'll do a tour of the house later. I just wanted to show how these ladies just start working. God's family they're working. They wake up, they work. Just start moving. They're sitting around. Very little. Da's actually the lazier one when she comes back. She does a little bit. They all listen to her, and they just do what she tells them to do. It's very funny. And I don't usually have to do anything. I just eat. And that's what I'm gonna do now. She made me egg sandwich. So this is the real chicken from Udon Thani, from someone's farm. She brought us four chickens gift. This is very, very tough, rubbery chicken, but it is the real deal. No synthetics, totally pasture raised, live, what do they call it, open raised or pasture raised or whatever, free to roam chickens, look at that. Because you can see you can just touch them, very tough. And they suck on the legs, suck on the feet. And you got the head. Kind of sad, but heads. They eat every little piece of it. They suck the eyeballs out. But it's really good, healthy chicken. That's what I'd like to have. I'd like to have my own chickens. But they're noisy. That's the problem. Noisy and they need room. Hey everybody, it's Friday the 25th of July, 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm in Laos. Yay! Well, I guess you saw the video from this morning. I arrived in Laos. This was a very difficult day. Just exhausted, absolutely exhausted. I had maybe 1 or 2 hours of difficult sleep on the train. Today was, I almost felt drunk half the day. It was very surreal. Walking around, I feel like I'm not in my body. I feel drunk. I feel, what do they call it when you're almost drunk? Buzzed. I feel very buzzed. But I feel a little better now since I ate something. I'm out for a walk. I wanted to get some exercise because I haven't exercised in more than 24 hours now. I wanted to get some sun in my eyes. I want to get some my adrenaline moving a little bit, my metabolism sweating. It is wicked humid. Oh, even there's barely some clouds in the sky, but it is humid, and it rained just a little bit today, this afternoon. But I love it. It's interesting. I've been in my house. I didn't take any nap, which was very difficult. I laid down a little bit after lunch, looking at my phone, and I almost was ready to fall asleep, but I resisted it, and I think I'm going to be good for that. For tonight, I should be sleeping very well. But yeah, totally wiped out. But I had to do some work today. I knew there would be some things for me, but I think I still have some work for next week. I had a meeting this morning with the task force, so our action plan for budget cuts are really in play now. My colleague, my peer, he went around and he's already made announcements to speak individually to the people, to let them know who was being cut. So it's happening. It's happening now. Yesterday, before I left the office, the HR director or our HR manager brought me my termination letter, because I said I do want that. I need to have that as soon as possible, even though my termination date is January. It's official. She said that the executive director signed it. He should have signed it today, and she will be scanning and sending that to me officially July 31st. The date is officially July 31st. So it is confirmed. It's happening. And I'm really excited. I'm nervous about it, and I'm excited. It's just ironic. I'm coming back to Laos. This is going to be my home, and I'm walking around the house and I'm like, there's so much work I'd like to do on the house. Really, I mean, we've not done anything in 8 years since we moved there. We bought the house in 2007, beginning of 2018. So 8 years there now, and we've not done anything. We took down a tree. I'll do a tour. I'll do a chronicle of a tour of the house. This will be our retirement. My dilemma about putting money into it, and I keep telling God this, I don't want to put any money into it if there's a chance that we'll sell it and put money toward a bigger house. I could spare a little extra money to top up if we sell the house for what I paid for it. I think we should be able to get at least what I paid for it. And then get a bigger house with a bigger compound, or we try and expand on our property. With the neighbor has mentioned that they could give us a little extension because they could use the money. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm looking around the house. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much I would want to do here. And then I'm like, it's functional. It works. What do I want to spend money on to make the bathroom look better. I would just want to make a few things in it. And I'm going off the topic. My point is, I could just see the first year is going to be very busy with these type of things, you know. But I want to be settled into the house for a while to really see what I want to do. I don't want to go rush. You know, that's what I told Doug over the years. I said I don't want to put a lot of money into the house until we're back and we can really enjoy it, because stuff really wears out fast here. The weather, the humidity here kills everything. It speeds up. And now we've got what looks like a pretty big roof leak, and we can't fix it until the rain stop. So we don't know how bad it is. I remember it's exactly the same place where we fixed it when we first moved in. So, we might have to be looking at a roof repair too, or a roof replacement. I don't know. I don't know how long these things last. So yeah, and I just would want to make it at least more beautiful. So I'm a little off the subject. Anyway, so I just wanted to say I got in. We're back home. It's Friday. My termination letter is in play, so is all the other termination. Another victory I had this morning with the task force. So I was a bit angry the last couple weeks. I mentioned I blew up at my boss. I didn't blow up at him, but I was upset with him, saying, you're changing the plans now. This is what we discussed. We were cutting 17, now it's 13. You're just changing position, titles, and moving people around. You're not really making the significant cut. We need to make a cut. And I'm like, I'm okay with it now. And not that I think what you're doing is right. I'm letting it go. Let them. That was something I came across a couple months ago. I read about it. I don't know who started it, but it's like, let them do what they're going to do. And this is what I've been talking to my HR manager about. We're leaving. Just let them do what they're going to do. I gave my warning. I fired my warning shots about my opinion, and I did it again today. And I did it, and I didn't get angry. I wasn't upset. I didn't have to prove a point. I didn't have to be right. I just said my piece, and then let them run it into the ground if they're going to run it into the ground, because I won't be here to see it. It's sad for me to see it, but what freedom it is. And it's because I'm mentally prepared to just not let that get me angry. I am tired, but actually when you're tired, I'm much more, you can be much more sensitive, and easily much more emotional. But I'm letting it go. If those two the two directors want to drive this into the ground, not listen. I gave the warning today. I gave it last week. I did see the executive director, he did say a few things that made me realize he did hear me and he's listening. The problem is he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. So he's letting the other director lead, who he's really making all the decisions. So he's leading everything, and just let him do what they're going to do. I'm going to be gone, and I won't have to deal with it. And oh my gosh, I can't tell you the freedom I have. So really, victory there. Praise God for that. This weekend, we have a 3-day weekend because Monday's a holiday in Thailand. I'm going to have to go out and get some coffee tomorrow. My stock is down. I'm going to go to my favorite cafe. So the other thing today, so I'm going to go back. We're going to relax tonight. I need to get off the phone. I need to sit more. I want to spend more time with God's family instead of just be around them. Now, I tend to separate myself. I go off in my own little world. I always got something to do. But I want to try. They leave me alone. They don't bother me. They're really sweet. I can't complain. They're very sweet. They're always making sure I'm taken care of. I have food, I have water, I drink. Oh my gosh, I don't have to do anything. And they're just very sweet people. I'm so blessed. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jesus, for the family I married into. I'm just so blessed with them. And I want to be more part of their lives. So I'm learning Lao, and I've got to listen and sit around and listen to them. It's painful because I don't understand most of what they're saying, but it's the only way I'm going to get to keep learning. I've got to saturate myself with it and be around them, and they're not speaking complicated stuff. They're pretty simple people, so it's going to be the stuff I'm going to need 99% of the time, and so I need to do it. So the other thing, I was just listening to a podcast. This is another thing. I need to get off the phone and stop consuming. I need to just absorb and be. I'm consuming a lot, and I know that's adding to my anxiety. But I just listened to a podcast called The Minimalist. I love these guys. The Minimalists. So basically saying everything you think that you need in your life to be happy, you don't need it. You don't need it. It's living with a very, very minimum. Stop being consumer. Stop having to buy things to fill voids in your life, because you don't need it. Right now my Amazon account online. I haven't been shopping in more than 2 years now. I haven't shopped for anything except for I think a pair of shoes last year. I have about $2,000 worth of stuff in my Amazon account in the shopping cart. And you know what I do? If something comes to mind, I check it out, I put it in the shopping cart. Then when I go back to the shopping cart, I'm like, why did I put that in there? And I take it out. At one point, I will be pulling the trigger to buy some things when I do go back, but I'm gonna really filter. I can't spend $2,000 worth of stuff. And the other thing is, they said, what do you really enjoy consuming that you're going to reduce or eliminate? And I've done so much of that already over the past 8 years. I don't eat sugar. Today was actually the first time I ate some sugar, a cookie that I normally wouldn't eat, and I'm telling you, I can really feel it in my mouth. I don't really eat sugar. I'll eat a little bit of fruit, and it's usually not very strong flavored fruit, not strong sugar like it would be papaya or something. But I don't drink alcohol. I've not had a drop of alcohol since December 31st, 2017. I don't drink alcohol. I exercise every day. So there's not a lot that I remove. I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I do eat some, like today I will eat some. When I come back to Laos, I tend to relax a little bit on my diet, only because I'm only here for 2 or 3 weeks, so I might have some things that I don't normally eat. I might have a little bit of bread. We like to make our own homemade pizza. Her Da's nephew loves that. It's just some of our own traditions. So we make our own little pita pizzas, and we might do something. We'll go for our Lao barbecue tomorrow. That's our favorite dinner. We'll all go. I'll take some video of that. But we don't need much here. I'm just looking forward to being here when we get back. I can see it's going to be a very simple life, and I hope not too expensive. I booked. I hope I'm going to have enough. It looks like I will, as long as we live simply. We will be joining the gym, and that will be a staple. And I booked. I have an appointment to talk to someone next week about health insurance, and we just need to plan that. But I told the guy I'm not starting until January. I'm not paying. Looking to start early on something I don't need to spend because that's going to be about $5,000 or $6,000 a year, just for inpatient, so something big. The question is, do I buy the deductible or not? And which plan do I get? So I'll probably go over that. Once I'm done, I'll go over that, what I've chosen. But I'm going to head back now. I just want to do this little update. We're at the end of week 22. Really excited. The time's coming. Next week on 31st, I'll get my termination letter, and the week should be pretty easy. I've got an annual report to finish up. I've got a mid-year report to finish up and a donor report, and that might, unless some other things come in, I don't really have a whole lot to do. It'll just be starting my handover when I get back to Laos, and that's coming. It's coming. 3.5 more months of working months. And when we get back, we start our wedding plans, more wedding plans, and booking the movers. I already booked an appointment for the movers to come and check out our condo to give us an estimate on what's going to cost. So I'm going to quick end this before I come out to where all the traffic is. I hope this wasn't too noisy. I'm trying to speak loud. I do need to get a microphone. If I'm going to continue with this, I'm going to have a good quality audio. These speakers just are not cutting it, especially when I'm outside. But the other thing I was going to say I noticed is coming into Laos. Coming into Laos is like especially coming from Bangkok. There's similarities, but you can tell you're coming into a poorer country. I'm not trying to be derogatory about it, but it's dusty roads. You've got, a lot of things run down. Things don't look very pretty. Empty lots and the houses are not very maintained a lot of times. They're not painted, so things look extremely worn, and that's including my house. I want to repaint it and everything. But you could tell, going from Thailand into Laos, you're entering into another country. Very similar. There's a lot of similarities with the language and the culture, but you could tell you're entering into a much different economic. I should say that much different economic situation. This is a poorer country. They say Laos is like the poor cousin of Thailand. Very simple life, and people are happy here. I think people are much more happy here. Maybe the people in the rural parts of Laos or Thailand are happier, but this is like a small village. The capital of Laos is like a small village in Thailand. So I'm going to let it go there. This is Choice of Winding Down Chronicles of an Expat going into early retirement. I'm not retired yet, but I'm getting there, and it's coming. Wow, can't believe it. It's coming. All right, everybody, God bless. Take care. Take it slow.